How do you make sure you have the right community around you who's supporting you? When you start a conscious brand of any sort, you might expect that everybody else who believes in the same cause is going to come and support you no matter what. But that's not going to happen. Everybody has their own way of thinking, our own other sets of ethos, our opinions. Everyone may not agree with the way you run your brand. So everyone will not come and support you. The sooner you let go of that expectation, the better for you, because you're going to be protected from feeling disappointed and having expectations that just won't pay off. Instead, you focus on the people who truly do want to support you, and then you put your complete efforts there. Then that community, the right community, will grow. And these will be people who may not even believe in your core cause. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm so glad you could join me here today. If you're in Bangalore this weekend, you have to come visit the Namu Recommends vegan market. It's happening at the Shangri-La Hotel next to Mount Carmel College in Vasant Nagar. It's on the 16th and 17th of December 2023. But even if you miss this weekend, Namu Recommends vegan market happens maybe 3-4 times a year. So, if you've missed this particular weekend's market and you're listening to this episode much later, just check for when the next upcoming market is and go attend. It's so much fun. And this is not some sponsored post or anything like that. I'm telling you all about this because I truly love the market, the energy, the vibe, the people, everything about it is so delightful. You'll get to meet a variety of people from, various backgrounds, age groups, and then all these different vendors. Now the market is completely vegan, so all the stuff being sold in the market is vegan. So you'll be mind blown at the number of possibilities available. Some of the vendors are fully vegan, some of them are not, but even they have either introduced vegan products just to sell at the market, or they have it on their, menus or shops and stuff like that. So there's a lot to discover. And even if you aren't shopping at the market, it's great to come and check it out because so many people have some yummy samples for you to try. So just with those samples, you kind of get filled up, So it's totally worth checking out. So be there. I'm going to be there on Sunday. So if you're listening to this and if you're there on Sunday, 17th December, then if you see me, come say hi. I love meeting podcast listeners in person and, hearing about you, getting to know you. So just come say hi. If you heard about, the market on this episode, then come and tell me about it. Okay. Now, today's episode, I wanted to focus on how to build the right kind of community around your business. Now, having a community is one of the most effective, powerful moves you can make. It's totally worth putting your efforts towards that when you run any kind of a conscious business. People who love your products and services and who will go out to the world and spread the word about it, word of mouth, organically, and help you grow. This is the most important thing to work on in your business. Yes, when you do marketing on, say, Instagram or other social media and stuff like that, You may get some spikes in sales for a short while, but then, what happens on social media is people are either looking for new things all the time, so they always want novelty, or that audience may be the kind who, if they're looking for some sales or discounts, offers, so then they come and buy from you when you have the offers. Social media marketing is a good way to get your brand name out in front of a wider audience, but that's about it. Your true efforts are so much better spent on building your community, building the community around your business, because that is what's going to create a strong foundation and a foundation of supporters, and that will help you in the long run. Especially, you will see this make a difference in times of difficulty. I used to run a vegan restaurant for several years. In early 2020, when things shook up, all around the world, people were going off home and things like that. That time, when we were struggling, just calling out to our community to support us in some way, just spread the word, order from us in whichever way, just calling out, asking for help. Oh, how much of a difference it made. They really supported us. And these are the people who truly liked what we were serving, what we were offering, as our products, as our energy, the kind of people the team consisted of, all of it, the people who really wanted to support us from their hearts. They truly wanted to support us, and they did support us. And then in 2021, we shut down the restaurant. I mean, we could last that whole year through, the 2020 to 2021, where several other businesses had closed down, but we could still, come through all that time only because of the community's support, incredible support. But by 2021, we had to shut it down. We had to shut down the physical restaurant, and we did it just in time in early 2021, before things got a lot more scarier. Especially here in India. After we shut it down, few months later, our chef had requested if he could take over the brand himself and run it. So we just gave it to him because he put in as much of effort and love and a lot of his life into building that brand with us. So he said he'd like to take over the brand name and run it as a cloud kitchen. And we were happy. We said, okay, go ahead, because we also want to see our baby thrive. Like, we were not open to selling the brand to somebody else who may or may not take good care of it. But we knew that he would do a very good job. So we didn't want to sell it. Instead, we just gave it to him. We said, here, take it. You run it. And he wanted to run it as a cloud kitchen. So in July of 2021, he put out a call to action. He said, okay, I would like to raise funds to restart this pioneering vegan brand back, but in a different form, in a form of a cloud kitchen instead of a restaurant. So when he put that fundraiser appeal out there, wow, the support was again incredible. People from all over the place were sending in funds, and they really wanted the brand to come back. And this was not the novelty crowd or some strangers. These were people who were the community of the brand itself. People who had been with us through all those years, supporting us, bringing their friends, family, everything, putting a word about us out there. So these are the people who finally supported because they truly loved the brand for what it was. So it was kind of amazing to see that support. And that happened only because we had nurtured this community with so much love through several years. How do you make sure you have the right community around you who's supporting you? When you start a conscious brand of any sort, you might expect that everybody else who believes in the same cause is going to come and support you no matter what. But that's not going to happen. You won't see that happening because, see, we're all humans. Everybody has their own way of thinking, our own other sets of ethos, our opinions. Everyone may not agree with the way you run your brand. So everyone will not come and support you. The sooner you let go of that expectation, the better for you, because you're going to be protected from feeling disappointed and having expectations that just won't pay off. Instead, you focus on the people who truly do want to support you, and then you put your complete efforts there. Then that community, the right community, will grow. And these will be people who may not even believe in your core cause, whatever movement you want to support. They may just like you for who you are, your brand for what it is. That's it. So here are 5 things to do to ensure that you are nurturing the right community, the right fit community around your brand. First one, identify your own, core messaging, as in what is it you truly believe in, what cause is it that you want to support. And once you identify this core messaging, all the other stuff around it, you decide which you want to include, which you don't want to include. For example, I was telling you about the market at the beginning of the episode, the Namu Recommends vegan market. Namu, who started this whole the market, what she did was look at her strengths, her connections, and she is well connected outside of the vegan circles with a lot of high-end vendors, people who like gourmet stuff, who like spending money on things which bring them that kind of a value, and she just completely focused on them. Now, there were people in the vegan community who thought this market was positioned to only a higher end audience. The brands featured were selling things at a higher price than other normally available brands out there. Whatever, the affordability part of things. They were concerned about that. But none of that mattered, because even though there were critics of the market, there were also plenty others who wanted to support the market. So, identifying that core cause helped Namu stick to it. Her whole point of making these markets happen was to ensure veganism becomes more mainstream. More people become aware of it. More brands who are outside of the vegan community, vegan brands outside of those, they introduce vegan options and food and all kinds of products and stuff like that. So she just focused on that, and the market succeeded. It has continued to succeed. This will be the 10th edition of their market. So that's the first thing. Identify what is your core value, what it is you want to do with this brand, and do it your way. Figure out which way you want to do it. Tune out all the other opinions, because people will all have different kinds of opinions. But what is your goal? You move towards that. That is the very first thing. The second thing is finding the right people to work with. So the vendors in this market are highly curated. They have good quality stuff. So the pricing is on the higher side, but also the quality matches that. You get what you pay for. Namu works with a bunch of different people, like bloggers, social media creators and stuff, who like to promote products that they like. Now, I'm one of them. I'm one of the people who have been promoting the market from kind of its early stages, simply because not only do I like the whole concept of the market and the way it's being done, but also the different small brands that are getting a good platform through that market. then the outside world, which is seeing, oh my god, there are 60, 80, 100 vendors here, all selling only vegan stuff. How amazing is it? So it's really helping the movement also and getting their mind blown. So I support the brand right from the beginning. And by support, it's not like some kind of an official thing where they've hired me to promote. None of that. It's just I just spread the word about it. So for the vegan market, they've identified a bunch of different people who, in their own way, in their own style, tell their audience about the market. And to decide who they're working with, they didn't take vanity metrics into consideration. So it wasn't like, oh, somebody has some 100,000 followers, so we'll ask them to promote the market, or somebody else has whatever. They didn't look at that kind of stuff. Instead, they looked at the creators themselves, the kind of messaging that they share, and how much they would truly value the market and want to promote it. These are the kinds of things they looked at, and they selected the right people to work with. And this has helped the market grow a lot because people are out there spreading the word about it. The third thing is making your community have a sense of belonging. Making them feel the ownership of working towards the bigger cause that they might want to support. With the market, what they do is they get goodies from different vendors, different samples of products from the vendors, and they make these goodie bags and send them out to people like me who want to promote the market. So this way, we feel pampered because we have all these goodies, but also not just any random goodies, but products that we would actually like. We feel good to support small brands and get their names out there simply because we truly love the products that they offer, their brand values. And when this clicks well, then this is a long-term benefit to everybody involved. For the market, yes, because people are going to keep talking about the market and telling their friends, family, everything about it. And for the vendors, because their products have gone into the hands of people who truly would want to support them and possibly even keep buying from them and then telling more friends about it. If the products are really something they like, something impressive, good quality stuff, then they will do that too. And for the people who are promoting the market, it's great because they get to try all these goodies each time and they feel this sense of belonging, like, oh my god, I'm going to try this, I'm going to spread the word about it. And even though they aren't actually the owners of the business, of the market itself, they get to spread the word about it and feel like they're contributing for the higher good because they see how it's directly supporting the cause that they believe in. Like in my case, it's the vegan movement. I see that with this market happening regularly, more and more people are becoming aware of veganism, vegan food, vegan products, the ethos of veganism, everything. More awareness is being created and it's reaching the kind of crowd which has disposable income. The kind of people who are actually going to make a difference in the demands and supplies in the market because of the choices they make, because of the way they spend their money. It's reaching that kind of a crowd. And I feel good I'm a part of helping this. Veganism is something I so deeply believe in, and I'm able to help the movement just by getting these goodies, posting about them, telling people about it and spreading the word. I'm actually making a difference, and that feels really good. So that sense of belonging is very, very important to nurture within your own community. The fourth thing is, once you've actually reached out and connected to all these people and different parts of your community, bring them together and ensure that they are within your ecosystem. For example, whenever I teach workshops, have classes, do coaching sessions, whatever I do, I always ask people to come sign up for my mailing list. My mailing list community is the most precious to me. They get to know more than anybody else, more than the podcast listeners, more than the Instagram followers, anybody. It's my newsletter people. And I send out my newsletter once a month, twice a month, not even regularly. But there's a lot that I share there which I don't put out into the world. And my newsletter audience, I call them the Feel Good Tribe. They are the first to know when I launch something new, or they get special offers on things that I don't offer anywhere else. Very important to nurture your community this way by getting them into your ecosystem in one way or another. Otherwise, all the first three things that I told you, doing all of that effort, you kind of lose out on a lot of potential when you don't have them within your world, where you are able to reach out to them whenever you want to. And the beauty is, with my mailing list, I know that these are people who want to listen to what I have to say, who are truly interested in what I have to say. It's not like some social media audience where, they're just randomly on social media, maybe liking some posts, engaging with some posts, and then forgetting about it, moving on to somebody else. That's not the case with the email, with my Feel Good Tribe, because I know that if somebody is making an effort to open out my email and read it, it means they are at least to some level interested in what it is I have to say. So having them get into your ecosystem in some way, particularly an email list, is key to ensuring that you retain. It's a long-term retention plan. If you want to join my newsletter, go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter and sign up. I'd love to have you on my Feel Good Tribe too. You're already listening to my podcast. You will love what I have to say on the newsletters too. So come and sign up. And if you have a conscious business or brand, make sure you have a newsletter where you have a very personal interaction with the people who are subscribed to your newsletter. And finally, pamper the people in your community. You don't have to do it all the time, but make sure you fill their life with some nice surprises, Treat them special because they are special. They are a part of your community, your brand's community, and they support you, they spread the word about you simply because they love you for who you are. They deserve to be pampered once in a while, so that they know that you realize how special they are. Or give them something special. Maybe send them extra goodies. If you have something new launching, make sure your community is the first to know about it. Ask them for inputs. When I offer a new service or a product, or if I'm building a new course, before that, often I send out a survey or a questionnaire, or just ask them on my email about it. Like I ask them what they would like to see as a part of it. Talk to them, make them feel like, okay, our opinion does matter, because they are, of course, your community is your ideal audience, right? What you're building is that. So, of course, what they have to think, what they have to say, what they expect, all of it matters a lot as you build your brand, because you're doing it for them. Make sure to really treat them well and let them know that they are loved. And if you want to have some kind of a loyalty point system and stuff like that, fine. But that's a very cold way of doing it, right? It's a very impersonal way of doing it, this loyalty point system. It's nice, but what truly matters is a little bit more of a personal touch, a little bit more warmth. It's not like, okay, you're buying from me, so loyalty points add up and then you can claim this, which is okay, fine. But what is more important is somebody telling you that, hey, you've been supporting me, thank you, and I have this happening and I'd like to offer it to you as a beta tester, or I just want to send you this. Say you run a food business and you try a new recipe, a new dish, new baked goodie, something, and you just send them a sample and say, hey, I want you to try it, to know what you think about it, or simply like, okay, this is fantastic and we wanted you to be the first to have it, here, take this. Or in my case, say somebody is taking coaching from me on a regular basis, and then I do a workshop which I feel might be useful to them. I just invite them to come join the workshop for free. Simply because I'm like, okay, you know what, you've taken all this coaching from me, you've been supporting me, you've been telling people about me, and I feel like this is going to be useful to you. And since you are anyway an ongoing client, I would like to just offer this to you for free without having to pay anything extra. Just come, because you've been my client, you come and just attend this workshop for free. It's a simple, small gesture, but it makes a difference, because they know I'm thinking of them, right? They know that I know this is going to be useful to them. That's why I'm calling them. It's not just some random message that I've put out there. So to recap, the 5 things to do so that you can attract, nurture, and grow a community around your brand. First, identify what is your core cause, figure out the way you want to help that cause through your business, through your brand, and stick to it regardless of opinions around. Because you stick to your style and the right people will come to you. 2, without considering vanity metrics and things like that, you figure out the right people who you think will truly help your brand from the heart, and build those connections with them. Because these are the people who are going to support you because they like what you do, because they want to support you, not because you're paying them to do so on a short term or something like that. So make sure to identify the right people, and don't limit this to within only a certain set of people. Like, don't say, if I'm doing a vegan brand, I'm going to only limit to the vegan community to find people to work with. Sometimes, quite often, in fact, there are people outside of your community who do like what you're doing for other reasons, and they do want to support you. Third, see how you can ensure your community members feel a sense of belonging, a sense of ownership. They realize how, by supporting you, they're not just supporting you, but also a bigger cause, and make them feel good about that. Help them feel that way. So that will keep them supporting you more and more, because they know that it's not just one thing. This one effort, small effort that they put is going to make a huge impact in the long run and create ripples. 4, have a way to get them all into your ecosystem. All the people you work with, your community, vendors, collaborators, customers, all of them, make sure there's a place where they can enter your ecosystem, so that you can connect with them all at one go whenever you like, whenever you would like to do it. These high quality relationships that you're building, make sure you use the full potential of it by ensuring that they are within your ecosystem at all times. And the best way to do this is through a newsletter. Though the audience is limited on a newsletter compared to social media, it's a much more powerful audience there. And finally, find creative, warm, personalized ways to pamper your audience and make them realize that you know how special they are, because they deserve it. Because they deserve it. It's just a returning of the love that they have shown you all along. We all like to know that we are appreciated. Make sure your audience knows that in a more warm and personal way, whenever you can, as much as you can. So yeah, that's about it for today. Like I said, sign up for my newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe, veganosaurus.com/newsletter. And if you are in Bangalore this weekend on the 16th and 17th of December 2023, make sure you attend the Namu Recommends Vegan Market at the Shangri-La Hotel at Vasant Nagar. All right, I hope to meet you in person there, and more importantly, I hope to see you within my Feel Good Tribe. So sign up. Take care. Talk to you again next week. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye.